Libyan rebels are now chanting for Syrians to follow their revolutionary path. Hundreds of mercenaries, some of whom are said to be former terrorists, in fact, are now ready to pick up arms yet again, this time to overthrow President Assad. RT's Oksana Boyko reports from Tripoli.
A butcher or dead meat? The owner of this kebab shop in Tripoli is still undecided what's the most fitting term for Syria's Bashar al-Assad.
Bashar al-Assad is the biggest criminal in the world, not in Syria. Not in Syria. And he killed our people in Syria.
Out of solidarity with their Arab brothers, the owners of the shop have even put on display the Syrian rebels' tricolor. But they are very firm on where the revolutionary support should end.
We don't want in Syria any soldiers. We have enough people and soldiers in Syria. Free soldiers. Only free soldiers. We have enough. But I think we want weapons.
In less than 3 months, Libyan rebels have gone from being celebrated as liberators to being called occupiers. Tripoli residents rally almost every week, calling on the armed militia to leave. And for some of these young men, hooked on adrenaline and unwilling to part with their rifles, Syria seems like the next logical destination.
We're all ready to join the Syrian revolution, and with the help of Allah, we will make sure that what happened in Libya will repeat itself in Syria.
The portraits of Che Guevara are now ubiquitous on the streets of Tripoli, with some rebels even styling themselves to resemble the famous revolutionary.
With the help of Allah, we can all be like Che Guevara, fighting for peace and freedom around the world.
And it seems that Che Guevara's idea of exporting revolutions have gotten a second birth in the Middle East. The Arab Spring has created a buoyant marketplace for soldiers of fortune. They move from one revolution to another, some motivated by personal gain, some by conviction, others by adventure. They fight for their own vision of freedom, and for now at least, it's the freedom to live by the gun. As romantic and spontaneous as it may appear, aiding the Syrian uprising with mercenaries may not be such a genuine move. Videos of women and children in Syria gunned down by snipers are abound on YouTube, while it's still unclear who is pulling the trigger.
That there are terrorist snipers who are shooting at civilians, men, women, and children, blind terrorism, random killing, simply for the purpose of destabilizing the country. They're from Libya, they're from Afghanistan or Pakistan. Foreign fighters have been brought in here by the CIA and the other Western services.
One man's terrorist could easily be another man's freedom fighter, but for the United States, it's now 2 in 1. Abdel Hakim Belhaj, one of the leaders of Tripoli militia, was once on the CIA most wanted list. Today, he's the face of the democratic Libya who, according to RT sources, led a group of several hundred Libyan rebels to Syria just last month.
We can't do any help to support the Syrian people because they are facing the same situation as we faced before. And we appreciated the help that comes to Libyan people, and if we could provide the Syrian people with any help to get their freedom, I think we should do it.
The use of soldiers of fortune is hardly new in this troubled region. Middle Eastern rulers hired them for centuries as safeguards against their own populations. And it now looks like the history of mercenaries in the Middle East has got to its new and no less bloody chapter. Oksana Boyko, RT, Tripoli.